Sebastian Gorka, who actually used to be a paid Fox News contributor, came out this past week and actually called for Fox News staff, possibly even including on-air staff, to be jailed because the network actually ran a segment that spoke positively about a family whose child transitioned genders. And this pissed Gorka off something fierce. And now he wants everyone involved with this little segment. The one time Fox News wasn't being a, just bastion of bigotry. He wants people thrown in jail for it. Here's what Gorka had to say. I'll go a step further. You should be charged with promulgating the abuse of children. Just like somebody who's spreading child porn on the internet, anyone involved in transitioning a child should be arrested for child abuse. Okay, I'm going to have to correct you just real quick because you said just like people with child porn, you should be arrested for child abuse. Possession of child pornography, just distribution of child pornography is itself the crime. You don't actually charge those people with child abuse. So if you're going to say that we need to enforce a law, you may want to go ahead and get those laws straight in your head because those are not exactly the same things. Here's the thing. Gender dysphoria is actually a real thing. Scientists, medical professionals, in fact, recognize that. Seeking treatment for this is the humane thing to do. Because again, it is a recognized, I don't want to say, I'm trying to think of the best word. It is a recognized condition. So, as a recognized condition, much like a flu, much like, a cancer, if you get diagnosed with this, it's confirmed this is who you are, or this is what you have in some cases of illnesses, you get treatment for it. So why can we not do the same thing and give gender-affirming care to these children who have gone through the evaluations? They have talked with their families. They have talked with their doctors. It's the same thing as if a child were to come down with leukemia. It wouldn't be child abuse to put that kid through chemotherapy. It is the treatment for the condition. But these people want to make this into some big deal. They want to make it into their personal business. It is none of your business. If somebody wants to transition, they should be allowed to. That's the bottom line. It doesn't matter the reasons. They don't have to justify anything to you because it's none of your damn business. Republicans have for decades always, promoted themselves as the party of small government. There is nobody more in favor of big government than conservatives. And that is what Gorka is saying here. We want to put our government in your kids' pants, is what Gorka wants to do. That's what conservatives want. They are more obsessed with children's genitals than anyone I have ever seen in my life. Think about it that way. Maybe that's how we start framing it. Why do you, Gorka, why do you, Matt Walsh, who was the one who threw the biggest temper tantrum about this Fox News segment, why are y'all so obsessed with kids' genitals? That's an answer I would like to get from these psychos. You can't just go out there and keep talking about kids' junk without raising a couple of eyebrows. So yeah. Maybe start asking them those questions. Maybe start posing it back at them, throwing it back in their faces, because they are sticking their faces where they don't belong. These are personal choices that families make, that individuals make, and it's none of your damn business who gets to make those decisions or when they get to make those decisions.
This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.